He said traditionally Japan is a closed society. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's very closed. Yeah, it's probably if I'm not mistaken, it's the only country that English is taught in a broad, in a big way, but most people don't speak worth a damn. They teach English in school in Japan, but they don't speak. Most people still don't speak worth a damn. So I'm like, how the hell they passed the class? They probably cheated or something. They don't speak worth a damn. Most people. If most Japanese girls, if they learn English, it's usually from a foreigner. It's usually from a foreigner. Usually. Because they didn't learn it in school. For whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah. It's usually from a foreigner. I remember when I first went, I met a Japanese girl for the first time. She was a rich bitch. She was. I could tell too by she was taking me around where she lived and everything. And her dad was in the real estate and all kinds. I said, oh, this is a rich bitch. This is a damn trust fund girl here I'm dealing with. She didn't speak no English when I first met her. I was struggling to communicate with her when we first met. We left for we pulled out for 4 months on the ship because I was in the Navy at the time. And when I came back, she was speaking English. And I'm like, holy shit. You know? So hey, how'd you learn how to speak? Oh, I learned from my new friends. That's how I usually go. It's usually from a foreigner that they learn English. That's usually how it go. You know? That's usually how it go, man. And she was one of the coolest person, but she was a regular girl though. She was a regular girl. She wasn't like a Yakuza girl, no. Now the second girl I met was a Yakuza girl. She had dark skin. And that bitch was darker than me, man. I'm telling you. I don't know. She used to go on that damn the tanning salon. She used to go up. She told me she used to go up in there like every other day. I said, damn, girl, that's too much. You fuck around and catch skin cancer. God damn. That's too much every other day? Shit. Yeah. She was cool. She was cool, but you know, she was a street bitch. You know, so I hung out with her until it was time for me to leave, basically. I think I met her like 90. I used to see her around before, but I just never had a chance to get at her. Like, I saw her I actually saw her in 96, but I didn't really get at her until about 99. I used to see her at parties, you know, because there was a club, a world famous club called Vietti's that was in Tokyo at the time. Everybody know about it. Anybody that's been to Japan or lived in Japan for a good amount of time heard about the club called Vietti's that was there. It's not there no more. There was a world famous club. All the rappers, celebrities, entertainers have been there. I'm gonna say most entertainers, rappers, R&B singers in America, they've been to Vietti's in Tokyo, like back in the day. They've been there at least once. Or if they haven't been there, they know somebody that's been there. They heard about it. That was a world famous club. Yeah, that shit was popping, boy. He would go there Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. That shit was popping, boy. Everybody was up in there. All the high rollers. I'm not even exaggerating. Everybody was up in there. I'm for real. I'm like, people was in there from anywhere. You would go there, you would see people from any country all over the world would be up in there. That was like the spot. But they ended up closing down the remodel and just never opened back up for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. And by the time I left, by the time I got out of the Navy, and I went back like 4 years later, it was already shut down. You know, it was already shut down, man. But that shit was popping, boy. I'm telling you. That was one of them clubs where I'm like, this shit different. For real. And it wasn't a big club either, by the way. It was a good size, but it wasn't like big. No. But boy, that shit was crowded. You'd be up in there like this. Because people arm to arm. It'd be like that. You know, that's how it was, man. I'd be like, damn. You know? That and there was another club called Heavens where a lot of rappers and entertainers would come and perform. I remember the first time I saw Kid Capri was at Club Heavens in Yokohama at the time. Kid Capri came, I think he might have came twice. But the first time, I saw Kid Capri the first time. Second time, I didn't see him. But when I saw Kid Capri, man, he tore that shit down. He tore that shit down, boy. I mean, that club was over capacity. It was over. There was too many people in there at the time, boy. But Kid Capri tore that motherfucker down. And at the time, man, it was like, how much I think I paid? $50 to go up there.